Hi everyone, I'm Teacher Minette from CourseAmericas.com, where we help you to level up and show the world the best version of yourself. If you haven't caught the earlier videos in our Exploring Phrasal Verbs series, you are in for a treat. In this video, we are building on what we have learned so far. So if you missed any episodes, be sure to check them out in our playlist linked in the description below. Ever hit a roadblock in a chat because a certain phrase sounded more like an alien code than English? Yep, you guessed it. I am talking about phrasal verbs. Essential, fun, but sometimes utterly confusing. Today, we are diving deep to ensure that you socialize like a pro using phrasal verbs for your Hangouts. Let's get the chatter started. Kickstarting our linguistic journey with what phrasal verbs are. Picture this: a verb and a particle, like a preposition, join forces to create a brand new meaning. It is like the superhero duo of the English language. For instance, give, it's just a verb. But give up, that means to quit. These tiny combos are everywhere in daily conversations, and they are the keys to unlocking natural sounding English. Let's get started with phrasal verbs for greetings and initiating conversation. Imagine you are at a coffee shop and you spot a friend that you haven't seen in ages. You can say, "Hey, long time no see." This is a casual way to say that you haven't seen someone in a while. Or when you meet your pals after ages, don't just say hi, say, "Let's catch up." It's not about chasing someone down the road, it's about reconnecting. Now, ever been in the area and decided to surprise a friend? That is when you drop by or pop in. And if they are excited to see you, they might say, "Come over." Translation: join us inside. Pretty cool, right? Let's look at a casual introduction at a social event. Nice to meet you is a classic phrasal verb expressing pleasure in making someone's acquaintance. It's a friendly way to initiate conversation. Now, let's say you run into a colleague you haven't seen since your last meeting. You can say, "Hey, we crossed paths again." Crossing paths is a phrasal verb used when you unexpectedly meet someone, emphasizing the serendipity of this encounter. Moving on to phrasal verbs for making plans. So, you've decided to make some plans, right? Well, we are not just talking about any plans. We are talking about plans that will make your friends say, "Wow, that is awesome." First up, we have setup. It means to arrange or organize something. For example, I set up a meeting with my friends for this weekend. Now, when you're rounding up the whole gang, say, "We should get together." It's a reunion call. But wait, what if you need to change plans? No worries, we've got you covered. Call off means to cancel something. Imagine this: we had to call off the beach day because of the rain. Now, let's talk about those spontaneous plans that pop up out of nowhere. Drop by means to visit someone without any prior notice. For example, I might drop by your place after work. So, you've set up plans, maybe changed them, and even had a spontaneous adventure. Check in means to confirm or verify plans. Let's check in tomorrow to finalize the details. Making plans have never been so catchy. Want to plan a spontaneous coffee date? Next up we have phrasal verbs for during the hangout. So, you're in the thick of the hangout now. Time to kick back and unwind. And if someone fashionably late does make an entrance, well, they just showed up. Got a surprise guest? Your friend brought them along, and if you are having a quiet chat and your favorite tune plays, oh, it's time to turn up the volume and groove. Finally, we are going to look at phrasal verbs for concluding the hangout. The sun sets the evening winds down and it's time to wrap things up. No, not like a burrito, but to conclude your hangout. As you put on your shoes and grab your coat, you will head out. If you are the ultimate gracious buddy, you will see off your friends, ensuring that they leave with smiles. It's the cherry on top of a perfect hangout. Here are some fun phrasal verbs to use when concluding your hangout. As the night winds down, let's grab a final coffee. Call it a day. It's been a long day. I think we can call it a day. Pack it in. It's time to pack it in, folks. The party was a blast. Head out. I hate to head out early, but I have an early morning tomorrow. Okay, pros in training, time for some real talk. Phrasal verbs can be a minefield. Sometimes they can be split, and sometimes they can't. Like, turn the TV on is cool, but come the party over? Nope. A golden tip? Listen to native speakers. See how they use them, and mimic them. The more you hear and use them, the easier they become. So stay curious, stay playful with your language. Here are some common mistakes to avoid when learning phrasal verbs. One common mistake is taking phrasal verbs too literally. For example, break up isn't about breaking anything, and leg down isn't about lowering someone physically. So tip number 1. Phrasal verbs often have figurative meanings. Next up, ignoring particle changes. You can't just mix and match any verb with any preposition. You gotta pay attention to their specific combinations. Make on, come across, nope, that doesn't work. So tip number 2 is to stick to the right verb preposition pairings. Now, the classic mistake, memorizing long lists without context. Phrasal verbs are all about context, baby. Turn up. Is that about volume or arriving somewhere? See what I mean? Tip number 3. Learn phrasal verbs in sentences and not in isolation. There you have it, your quick start guide to mastering phrasal verbs for your hangouts. From hellos to goodbyes, you are now equipped to chat with flair. Drop in the comments your favorite phrasal verb, or maybe one that always trips you up. Let's learn together. Craving more insight into the fascinating world of English? Check out these other episodes to keep your language game strong. Game time. Before we dive into the questions, let's quickly go over how this quiz is going to work. So I've got a total of 5 scenarios for you. Each scenario will appear on the screen and you will have a couple of seconds to answer. Make sure to think fast. And hey, don't worry if you don't know the answer to all of these questions. It's all in good fun. Scenario number 1. You meet someone for the first time. What is the best way to start a conversation? A. Stare at them until they speak first. B. Say hi and ask about their interests. Or C. Pretend you didn't notice them. That's right. B. Say hi and ask about their interests. Scenario 2. You are part of a conversation. Which of the following is a good way to show interest in this conversation? A. Checking your phone every 2 minutes. B. Nodding and maintaining eye contact. Or C. Interrupting frequently to share your own stories. That's correct. The answer is B. The best way to show interest in a conversation is by nodding and maintaining eye contact. Scenario 3. You are at a social gathering and you would like to join a group conversation. What should you do? A. Stand on the sidelines and observe quietly. B. Walk up, smile, and find an opportunity to contribute. Or C. Wait for someone to invite you into the conversation. That's correct. If you want to join a group conversation, you should walk up, smile, and find an opportunity to contribute. Scenario 4. Someone disagrees with you in a conversation. What is a respectful way to respond? Is it A. To listen to their perspective and express your thoughts calmly. B. Yell louder to make your point. Or C. Ignore them and change the subject. That's correct. The answer is A. Listen to their perspective and express your thoughts calmly. Scenario number 5. You accidentally forgot someone's name. What is the best way to handle it? A. Avoid using their name altogether. B. Make up a new name for them. Or C. Ask them again and apologize. That's correct. The answer is C. When you accidentally forgot someone's name, ask them again and apologize. Great work on completing the quiz. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to press like, press subscribe, leave a comment below, and I will see you in the next video. If you want to learn more, go to our website, chrisamericas.com. Bye.